Welcome to another sad but true story. I'm your host, Niles Adams. We travel to Ypsilanti, Michigan for this one, where we find a 27-year-old male, John Smith. He's a bit beta, but that's not his biggest problem.
I've had a certain problem my whole life. It's a big one. People just don't notice me.
We find John in Cooper's Market, a quaint local grocery store. John grabs a carton of milk from the refrigerator and puts it in his basket and heads to the cashier. A woman, 50s, with a full basket of groceries, waits in line after him. The cashier, Tess, obese with tattoos, does not seem to see John, even though he is standing in front of her, and stares at the woman behind John, not sure why she isn't advancing.
Next, please. Oh, sorry, I didn't notice you.
Tess finally looks at him. John smiles at her, but his frustration is clear. We are taken back in time to when John is 7. He has a small backpack and is following his mom, 30 and disheveled, into a bookstore. Little John stares at a fairy tale book with a handsome prince on the cover. He looks up and around and realizes his mum has left him behind. John takes out a card from his backpack. He goes to the cashier, a bookish lady in her 30s, and shows her the card. She reads it.
My mom forgot me again. Her phone number is 614-272-3343. Please call her to pick me up. Thank you.
And Smith suffered from the same invisibility problem in high school.
Are you a student in my class? What's your name?
Yes, my name is John Smith.
Oh, I've never noticed you. Could you pass out these papers for me?
Sure.
Thank you. You are a student in my class, right? What's your name again?
John Smith.
Back in Cooper's Market. Tess gives John his bag of groceries. John sighs and gives her money.
So embarrassing to never be noticed, always forgotten.
John heads to the exit. There is a TV on the wall at the front of the store that the customers stare at. The local news is on. A man's picture, white, rough-looking. His name, Bane Hoodie, appears on the screen.
This is the man who has robbed more than 6 grocery stores and liquor stores in the past week. He is armed and dangerous.
He looks so evil. I hope he never comes here.
Me too.
John smiles. He looks at Tess. John looks around. Everyone is focused on the TV. John nods his head in amazement. We follow John back to his nondescript apartment. John walks past his neighbor's apartment and stares in the window. George and Mary, a couple in their 60s, sit inside watching the news. They are still covering the Bane Hoodie story. John watches as well for a while, and he nods.
Then I got a brilliant idea.
John heads to the library and grabs a lot of crime books. Inside his apartment, he reads the books and watches Batman on TV and tries to make the same face as the Joker. On his laptop types, "How to commit crimes." He clicks a website and jots in his notebook. John heads back to the grocery store and paces back and forth, then heads inside. Tess stands at the cashier station talking on the phone. John nervously walks through the store. He grabs various items and then he runs out of the grocery store past Tess with his arms loaded. Tess looks up but doesn't notice him. John heads back to his apartment, puts his loot on the table: chips, beer, cookies, muffin, even a box of tampons. He is happy. John heads back to Cooper's. He stands outside hoping he will be noticed. He stares at the security guard. Nothing. John, now back in his flat, turns on the TV and flips through the channels. But there is nothing about his crime. Then he searches on the internet. Nothing. He sits on the couch sad. He looks at the table and picks up a muffin on the table and smells it and starts to eat it. He pulls out one of his crime books and uses a highlighter and marks it up. He then opens the tampon box, takes out one, and plays with it. And while twirling that tampon, he decides he's not giving up. He heads back to Cooper's to give it another go. John grabs a bunch of items, no tampons this round, and walks up to Tess and stands there. Tess is talking on the phone.
We've been robbed? When? Yes, Mr. Cooper, I will pay more attention. Yes, thank you.
John feels happy. Finally noticed, perhaps? He looks at the things in his arms. Tess hangs up the phone and lifts her eyes. John holds his breath. But she still ignores John. It's like she doesn't even see him. John sighs. He leaves the store with his arms full of goodies again. The security guard pays him no mind. John returns home and walks by his neighbor's apartment and stops. George is watering the flowers and talks to Mary, who is near the window.
Cooper's Market was robbed.
Yes. Tess told me when I went there.
It was probably that Bane character. I would like to get my hands on him.
John approaches George and points to himself. George doesn't notice and finishes watering the flowers and pours the water out, splashing John, and heads inside. John is so angry that he picks up a rock and throws it at their window. George rushes to the window.
Who's out there? Show yourself.
John heads back to Cooper's for some more action. He walks out of the store with a loaded cart. Tess looks up but doesn't notice him. John returns home and walks past George's window and waves his hand at him, but George ignores him. John picks up a brick and throws it at the window, smashing it. George rushes out of his apartment.
You bastard! You better stand up to me face to face. I will kick your ass and rip off your head.
John stands in front of George's window and bows to him. Then he leaves. John returns to his flat, turns on the TV. He goes to the couch and sits down. He grabs a beer and rests his head on his arms. The reporter on TV is standing outside of the grocery store, interviewing Tess.
We haven't been able to figure it out. We're being robbed every day, and we have no idea who is doing it. It's like the robber is invisible.
The show cuts to the outside of George's apartment. George is very excited.
Some bastard keeps breaking our window. Always something different. Beer, rocks, even once a box of tampons. He's sick, I tell you.
John laughs and raises his beer and toasts the air, then drinks it.
It was time for the world to know the name of the greatest criminal in the world.
John stands outside of Cooper's. He is definitely on the edge, dangerous even.
It's better to get negative attention than no attention at all. But all good things have to come to an end. Time for my final crime. I'll be in a place that is all about anonymity. Prison.
John approaches Tess at the cashier station with a basket full of groceries. He grabs a bottle of whiskey out of the cart and acts like he is going to throw it. The woman ahead of him places money in front of Tess on the counter. John makes a funny face to her, but she ignores him. John grabs the money off the counter and heads to the door. He is greeted at the door by 2 cops, and they grab him and cuff him. Everyone in the store looks at him. He is happy. Recognized at last. John stands handcuffed outside the store with a crowd around him that includes George, Mary, his mum, and Tess. He looks around and feels excited.
I was going to be famous, or even better, infamous. I was going to be on every news station, every website. I would never be forgotten again. People actually stared at me, some with hate in their eyes. Some women seemed to be attracted to me. Then, for whatever reason, Bane Hoodie showed up and I disappeared again. Anonymous.
An older cop approaches and yells at the cops who caught John.
Idiots! You got the wrong person! Bane Hoodie is over there! Arrest him!
Bane runs and the cops chase. John wants to say something, but the cop interrupts him. John is uncuffed, and Bane returns cuffed and gets put in the police car by the 2 cops. Bane looks confused. John turns and walks away. A sad but true tale if there ever was one.